Hi, welcome to my video on part 3 on factoring ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not 1 and a is not a GCF. But this time we're going to arrange in descending order. And that's important because you cannot factor if you have ax squared plus bx plus c. The trinomial has to be x squared, x, and a constant in that order in order to factor it. So let's do a little bit of practice in descending order. So x squared goes first, so it's 2x squared. Then the x goes next, that's 11x, and then the plus 5. Notice I'm not changing the signs because there's no equal sign. It's only when I move across an equal sign by transposition that I change the signs. B, I have to have an x squared. That's perfect. I have to have an x next. That is a negative 4x. Then I have to have my constant. So notice ax squared plus bx plus c has to be in that order in order to factor. So x squared goes first, so 6x squared. The x goes next, so it's 5x. And the minus 4 is last, constant. So x squared, x constant. Perfect. Practice. Now, you can pause the video and you do the descending order on these 3. Here we go. First goes x squared, so it's 8x squared plus 10x plus 3. Notice, again, I didn't change the signs. Even though I'm moving them around, I don't change the signs because I'm not moving across the equal sign, transposing. I have a 9x squared. Then I have to have an x, so that's negative 10x minus 19. And this one, I have to have the x squared first, so it's 3x squared. Then I have to have the x, and then I have to have the constant. And you notice, just to elaborate, let's look at this one. Notice that that's 7x squared minus 4x minus 3, and that's x to the 0. So notice that's a 2, and that's a 1, and that's an x to the 0. But an x to the 0 is 1. So that's why you don't see an x here, because x to the 0 is 1. 2 to the 0 is a 1. 4 to the 0 is 1. Negative 3 to the 0 is a 1. So any number to the 0 power is 1. But 0 to the 0 power doesn't work. Try it. Let's see. 0 to the 0 power. Probably I say that. 0 power 0. 0. I just did that on the side here. Let's clear that again. Let's clear that. 0 power 0. That means the power, to a power of. And we had equal sign, notice, can't do it. So 0 to the 0 is undefined. But any other number to the 0 power is 1. And I thought I might explain that. Now let's factor. But we have to have it in descending order. So I have to go with 6x squared minus 7x minus 5. Notice, again, I didn't change it. Now we do product is AC and the sum is B. So A is 6 and C is negative 5. So that gives me negative 30. And the sum is B, which is negative 7. So factors of 30 is 1 times 30. 30 got a 10, so it's a 10 times 3. 30 also got a 5, because 5 is in 10, so it's 5 times 6 is 30. It's also even, so I see 10 is an even number, so 2 times 15. 30 is even, so it's got to have a 2. 6 got a 3, I got the 3, I got a 5, I got them all. So what factors, remember, product is negative, so I have to subtract. I have to subtract to get a 7. That's a 29. There's a 7 right there. Subtract here, I get a 1. Subtract here, I get a 13. So it's a 10 times 3. But one of them got to be negative. Because the sum is negative 7, then I have to have a negative 10 plus 3. Multiply. negative 30, add negative 7. So those two numbers, they go, you take the two factors and put an x with them. So I took the two factors, negative 10 and 3. Again, you could have had 3 times negative 10. It's your choice which way. It makes no difference which one goes first. I just put the negative and then the positive. Notice the x's with the two of these, because when you add these, you get a negative 7x. So we break them up into two pairs, and I see 6 and 10 is a 2 is a GCF and an x. So 6x squared divided by 2x is 3x. Negative 10 divided by 2x is negative 5. And I see no GCF here, nothing common, but there's always a 1. Don't forget, there's always 1 is always, 3 is prime. So if 3 is not in 5, then the only number common to 3 and 5 is 1. So 3x divided by 1 is 3x. Negative 5 divided by 1 is negative 5. The two binomials are the same. Perfect. Write down the binomial GCF. What's left? 2x. What's left? Plus 1. And again, we have to have descending order. So we have to have a 7x squared. Then we have to have an x. Then we have to have a constant. So that's ax squared plus bx plus c. Product is ac. Sum is b. I keep using that. You need that. Because I will use this again in quadratics. I will use it again later on to do in other chapters. This is why important. You not only learn it now, but you learn it because you need it to help you in the other chapters that we do. And the product is A, which is 7, and C, which is 4. So the product is 28. And the sum is the middle term, which is 16. 28. 1 times 28, even. So it's 2 times 14. I see a 7. So 28 divided by 7 is 4. And so which pair? Because the product is positive 28, that means the factors are going to add up. So I'm going to add up to get 16. Add up 29, add up 11, no, 2. So the factors are 2 and 14. So the product is positive and the sum is positive, so they're all pluses. So we take 7x squared plus 2x plus 14x plus 4. So these two factors multiply to give me 28, add to give me 16. You put them in the middle and put an x with them. Then you break it up into two pairs. So I see 7 is prime, so x is the only common factor in the first two. So that's 7x plus 2. And I have a plus, and 2 is a GCF in 14 and 4. 14x divided by 2 is 7x. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Same binomial GCF, perfect, 7x plus 2. And what's left over? I get an x plus 2. If you did the FOIL on that, you would multiply all that out to get this trinomial. Okay, and I have 3 for you to do. So 3 means pause the video, work this one out, and see if you got the right answer. Then pause it again and work it out, and then press play to see if you get the right answers. So here we go. Descending order, x squared minus 2x minus 1. Ax squared plus bx plus c, perfect. Product is AC, sum is b. A is 3, and c is minus 1, so that's a negative 3. The sum is b, so it's a negative 2. The product of 3 is only 2 of them, is 3 and 1. So 3 and 1, 1 times 3, but they got to be negative. Because the product is negative, these have to be plus and minus. But I need to add to get the negative 2. So it's the plus 1 minus 3. Plus 1 minus 3. Multiply, negative 3. Add, negative 2. Notice when you add, if you got a sum of a negative, that means the larger factor is going to be negative. If the sum is positive, then the larger factor is going to be positive. That is when you have a plus and a minus. So we go 3x squared plus 1x minus 3x minus 1. So these two factors go in the middle because they add up to give you the negative 2x. Split. I see an x common to the first two. So 3x squared divided by x is 3x. 1x divided by x is plus 1. And I see a negative, so put the negative down. Whatever is right there goes there. And 3 and 1 have nothing in common except 1, so I take out a negative 1 as a GCF. So negative 3x divided by negative 1 is 3x. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is plus 1. And I have the same binomial GCF, so put it in a bracket. And what's left? X minus 1. Perfect. And number 2, again, always in descending order. So 5x squared goes first, minus 13x goes next, and a plus 8 goes next. Product is AC, sum is B. So it's A is 5, C is 5 and 8. So that makes it a 40. The sum is B, so that's negative 13. A, B, and C. So the factors make 40. So 1 times 40. I got it even, so it's 2 times 20. I see a 0, so I see a 10 times 4. 10, I have a 5, so 5 times 8 makes 40. And do I have them all? I hope I do. Let's see now. I have to multiply to get 40, plus 40. That means the factors are going to add up to give me a negative 13. And the product is positive, and the sum is negative, so it's got to be a plus. It got to be, product is positive, so I got 2 pluses or 2 minuses. So I have 2 minuses. And they add up. So as a 41. And they multiply to give me 40, and they add up to give me negative 13. And they got it. So I got to add up to 13. No. So it's 5 times 8. Multiply to give me 40, and add to give me negative 13, but they got to be 2 negatives. So multiply 40 and negative 13. So 5x minus 5x minus 8x. So the two factors are put in the middle with an x, and we break it up into two terms. So we take out 5 is common and x is common, so we take it out. 5x squared divided by 5x is next. Negative 5x divided by 5x is negative 1. I have a negative right here, so there's a negative. And I see 8 is the GCF between these two terms. So take the 8 out, the negative 8 out. Negative 8x divided by negative 8 is x. And a positive 8 divided by negative 8 is negative 1. And I have the same binomial GCF, which is x minus 1. And what's left? 5x minus 8. So again, product and sum. Be careful. If the product is positive, then you'll have two of the same signs. Product is negative, you'll have a plus and a minus. Just be careful. So I got 15x squared, then the x, and then the constant. Notice in descending order, it's x squared x and then the constant. Product is AC, sum is B. A is 15. C is negative 2. So that gives me negative 30. The sum is the B, which is the 7. So what's the factors of 30? So I get a 1 times 30. It's even, so it's a 2 times 15. 2 into 30 goes 15. I see a 10, so it's a 10 into 30 goes 3. 10 has a 5, so 5 into 30 goes 6. And I hope you have them all. Let's check. So I have a product is negative 30. Product is negative 30. That means I'm subtracting the factors. If the product is negative, I must have a plus and a minus. If I have a plus and a minus, I'm subtracting. So I'm subtracting to have a sum of 7. Subtract 29, subtract 13, subtract 7. There's the 1. So it's a 10 times 3. But the product is negative 30. That means a plus and a minus. That means the larger factor is going to be positive. So positive 10 minus 3. Multiply negative 30. Add 7. And those two factors go in the middle. And 10 with an x and a minus 3 with an x. And an x, if you add, you get plus 7. And we take these two and these two. And the first two I take out of 5x, that's the GCF. 15x squared divided by 5x is 3x. 10x divided by 5x is plus 2. And I have, a negative. If that's a negative, whatever that sign is, that's what goes there. I'm taking out a negative. 2 and 3 have nothing in common, only 1, so I take out a negative 1. Negative 3x divided by negative 1 is 3x. Negative 2 divided by negative 1 is plus 2. The two binomials are the same, perfect. 3x plus 2 is the binomial GCF. And what's left? 5x minus 1. Again, more factoring. The more you do, the better. But don't forget descending order. If it's not in descending order, you're going to have trouble factoring. So always write it in descending order. What order? And the order is ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the descending order. And if you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and the notification bell because there's more videos coming your way. Write a comment on my video if you wish, and visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, and you'll see section on me talks about my degrees and teaching experience. The section on video talks about the strategies I'm going to use to help you learn your math. And the content section has the topics and the number of videos on those topics. That's on my YouTube channel. And the black font is what's online right now. And the red font is what will be online in the near future. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.